Hello, everybody, and welcome to the New York Jets franchise, the rebuild here on Madden 20. My name is Fan Forever. No, I am not a Packer fan. I just enjoy watching him play. And we're going to rebuild Gangrene. The New York Jets here aren't a very good franchise, so we're going to take a stab at Madden 20 because Madden 21 just didn't appeal to me. The incremental change they made to franchise mode, which basically is a visual overhaul, has me boycotting Madden 20, or Madden 21, excuse me, and continuing to play Madden 20. The goal here is to have a realistic rebuild. I'm taking a lot of inspiration from Mr. Hurricane. He does a great job. He's got a couple channels, so check him out as well if you aren't coming from that direction. Where it'll be user control on offense, but I'm going to be holding left bumper or L1 if you're on PS4, and to let the defense play close to their ratings. I'm using Madden 21 rosters, however. A fellow by the name of King Caaash with 3 A's. I'll link, or at least give him credit down in the description down below. He's got the most recent Madden 21 rosters available for download on Madden 20, so I went ahead and installed those. There's a little bit of discrepancy where some rookies are from last year are still rookies this year, but really grateful for the work that's gone into that, so we can play with the NFL as close to as it is right now. So anyway, let's take a look at sliders. I'm using T-Dog's Experience sliders from Operation Sports Forums and Matt 10's Game Experience sliders. He's done extensive testing as well, and I really like the challenge that this gives me. I'm not the best Madden player. That's not why I'm doing this. I just want to have fun and rebuild a team. So you can see the sliders here. I thought about moving field goal accuracy down a little bit, but I figure I'll trust Matt 10. So there's our sliders for the series. These are not going to change. I'm playing on all Madden. I can't be fired, which is probably a good thing. It's computer only. I've turned superstar abilities and X factors off. I think a couple of them, like Bobby Wagner's, is really hard to balance, and they can just completely take over a game in a way that they wouldn't in real life. So I've turned those off. They're not quite as well balanced in Madden 20 as I would like. See quarter length, 13 minutes, and a whole bunch of. I've got full control. I'm playing as a coach, so yeah. And another effort to do realism. I have simulated the first 5 games, including the bye week of this season, and forced losses for the Jets and all of them. So we're starting 0-4 with a roster that is kind of devoid of talent. There's only 6 people with an overall of 80 or higher. Sam Darnold is going to be our centerpiece on offense here. He's got decent stats across the board, but can he bring the consistency and poise under pressure that we are looking for? He's got some mobility, he's got an arm, he's backed up by Joe Flacco, who's not going to see the field unless Darnold gets hurt. There's no need to try and win now by doing a quarterback flop, or flip-flop back and forth. But Flacco can still sling the ball even at age 36. So I'm going to give Darnold a pretty long leash in this game. The only question with this season is where's our draft position going to be. Also, Flacco cannot break sacks, 34 break sack. But we do have Le'Veon Bell, who's still one of the better backs in the league. He's going to be our bell cow, which pun slightly intended. Not as fast as he used to be, but he's got a really good all-around skill set. He can even contribute in the pass game. He's got good hands and good route running. So he'll get the ball as much as possible this season. We're going to be trying to take as much pressure off Darnold as possible. We also have the timeless Frank Gore. So when Le'Veon Bell needs to be spelled a little bit, we'll turn to Frank Gore to carry the rock. And see how high up the rushing leaderboards, we can get him by the end of the year. Our wide receiver depth, it's Jamison Crowder and Rashad Perryman, I guess. Crowder here is probably our most well-rounded wide receiver. He's got good route running, good hands, decent speed for the receiver. Rashad Perryman is our big play threat. He's got 96 speed, so he can really blaze. Decent hands, and you can trust him to maybe make a play for you. Chris Hogan, he's 31 years old, still a pretty good technical receiver, so he'll probably be operating primarily out of the slot, might kick outside a bit. We have Josh Doxson from Washington trying to revive his career here in New York. We'll see what kind of role he can carve out. And rookie Denzel Mims out of Baylor. He's got good size, good speed. He's wearing Robbie Anderson's old number, so we'll see how he develops and what he can do for the offense. But not a lot to separate these playmakers. Ryan Griffin is going to be our starting tight end. He's got good hands, and he's the best run blocker of the 3 tight ends on the roster. Good hands as well. I did move Wesco to fullback, so he's going to be our starting fullback because there were none on the roster. Christopher Herndon the 4th, decent speed, good hands, and Daniel Brown. Look at this skill set. He's got pretty good hands. He's 6'5", and he's got 86 speed. So he might see a little bit of use on the outside. Mekhi Becton, he's 20 years old, and man is he big boy. 94 strength, good run blocking. Pass blocking needs some work, and he's not the most agile lineman, but he's our best lineman. Alex Lewis at left guard, only 70 overall. A lot of these offensive linemen, there's definitely a weakness on this team. Just aren't that good. Connor McGovern, he's a decent run blocker, but that's about it. Not very good in the pass game. Greg Van Roten, our right guard, again, pretty weak. And then an interesting tackle battle here between George Fant, who's just kind of getting up there in age and doesn't do anything super well, and Chuma Edoga out of USC might have the higher upside, so we'll see if he plays very much this year. I'd be willing to make that switch. Jets run a 3-4, so your ends are going to be more strength over speed. So Henry Anderson at left end is going to complement one of the most exciting. Well, I shouldn't say that. He's backed up by Nathan Shepard. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Backed up by Nathan Shepard, he's more of a run stopper. 90 strength. He can eat up blocks, so we might see some work on goal line sets. Quinnen Williams, though, he was drafted by the Jets in the first round out of Alabama, and he's the most exciting person on this defense to take a look at, in my opinion. Look at this skill set. He's got great speed for an end. He's got 89 strength. He's got good block shedding, great play recognition. He can rush the passer. He's going to be someone to keep an eye on. Has a solid chance of winning Defensive Rookie of the Year here. Jordan Willis is going to back him up. Interesting contour here as well. Really good speed, really good strength. Kind of a raw prospect elsewhere. But perhaps he can find some playing time. At defensive tackle, Steve McClendon, 33 years old, so he might retire at the end of the year. Wondering how he can replace his production. And the answer might actually already be on the roster. Pure run stopper role. We've got Fulorunzu Fatukasi, I hope I didn't butcher that too badly, who similarly is a big, strong man with good block shedding. So it's possible number 94 here can develop. Our outside linebackers are going to be pass rushing. Avery Williamson and C.J. Mosley in the middle. Williamson is more of the run stopper. C.J. Mosley as our second middle linebacker in the 3-4 scheme. He's got more pass coverage skills. You can see here he's got higher zone coverage than Avery Williamson, and still pretty good in the run game. Good range. Two of our best defensive players right there are middle linebackers. Jordan Jenkins on the outside, kind of a finesse move guy, decent block shedding. So I don't think our run defense will be bad. I think we'll struggle getting after the passer, which is going to hurt because we don't have a lot of cornerback depth. Lasan Austin, who I think was last year's first round pick, is showing he's still a rookie. He's a zone cover guy, but has decent man and press, good speed, good play recognition. So he's going to be our cornerback 1, and we're going to ask a lot of him. He's opposite Pierre Desir. Doesn't have any real strengths. No weaknesses, though, either. And Arthur Mollett is our 3rd cornerback on the roster. It'll be interesting to see how some of these backup cornerbacks distinguish themselves. There's not a whole lot that separates them in terms of skill. So who's able to hold on to a roster slot and actually fight for playing time amongst these backup cornerbacks will be really interesting to see. And that's something I'm really looking forward to as the season progresses, figuring out who's going to step up and make plays and who is going to get walking papers. Yeah, there's just not a lot in terms of skill differences here, but Marcus May, I think, is one of our better defenders in the free safety spot. He just has a nice all-around skill set. Good, decent zone, good man coverage, good hit power, good pursuit. Bradley McDougall is in the strong safety slot. He's more of a coverage guy, doesn't quite have the range or the run-stopping effectiveness. But he'll start. Sam Ficken, oh my, 60 accuracy. And he doesn't even have a super strong leg either. We might actually miss some field goals here. That's not a kicker you can count on. Sorry, New York. And then our punter is Braden Mann, a rookie from Texas A&M. Okay, look at this leg. You should be kicking. 95 kick power, 77 kick accuracy. That'd be really solid. You just put you at kicker and punter. But and 50 throw power. He's not gonna be slinging the rock at all on fake plays. But anyway, we have all of our draft picks. Right now we're slated to pick number 1 overall. We actually have one of Kansas City's 6th round draft picks. So that's the roster. Let me know down in the comments who you are excited to see, who you think should get some playing time. And going into our next game here, Le'Veon Bell wants the ball more, and I absolutely agree with that. So we'll work on getting him 12 touches. Should be easy, especially he's going to be the center point of our offense here. Whether or not it will be effective remains to be seen, but that is certainly doable. 12 touches is going to be a quarter's worth of work, or maybe 2 quarters worth of work for Le'Veon Bell. I'm really going to try and focus him because he's our one playmaker on offense. We also have a chance to upgrade Jamison Crowder and upgrade his development traits from star to superstar. So if we can get him 150 plus yards here or 3 touchdowns, yeah, we'll see an upgrade for him. We have a tough test this week coming up. DeMarcus Lawrence DeMarcus Lawrence and the Cowboys. We'll take a look at their roster here in just a moment. They're 3-2 on the season and looking to bounce back against us and get some momentum going into the second half of the season here. They have a really talented roster. Their offensive line is still excellent. They're blocking for Zeke. Amari Cooper is going to give us fits. They've got Everson Griffin and DeMarcus Lawrence, as well as Gerald McCoy. They run a 4-3 there in Dallas, so they're really going to give us some difficulty. Trevon Diggs is a bright young cornerback. Wanted to see the Vikings take him, but they didn't. Dak Prescott's only an 81 overall in this, but he's got all the tools you need to make plays. He's got great poise in the pocket, good speed, accuracy is excellent at all levels. So yeah, time for some upgrades here before we end the video. I'm not going to go through all of them, but Le'Veon Bell, I'm going to see an upgrade for him here. He's 88 overall, or maybe 89. I forget how the upgrading system. Yeah, he's 89 overall now, getting elusive back upgrades, so better carrying, better elusiveness for him. Frank Gore, still one of our better offensive players at age 36 in this universe. Gets +2 break tackle, as he's probably going to be a 3 yards in a cloud of dust kind of a running back. Quinion Williams, I'm excited to see him get upgrades. As I think we're going to go for the power rusher here. Or no, yeah, power rusher. Just to see if we can, +1 strength. Man, even stronger now. He's going to be a handful for opposing defenses. Matthias Farley, the backup strong safety. I decided to just get weak zone coverage, so we'll upgrade that and see if we can't get a little bit here. You might see some snaps if McDougald struggles. Becky Becton, the left tackle, pass protector. That one's a no-brainer, especially for tackles in this game, but would like to see him develop into a better pass protector. Sam Darnold, I think, yeah, we're going to go with the field general upgrade here. +3, throw actually deep. All right, we might actually have a downfield passing game if Sam Darnold can stay on his feet long enough. That's the question. There's a sieve of an offensive line here. So Terrell Basham, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, probably he's a left outside linebacker in a 3-4. We'll go with speed rusher and capitalize on his strengths here. See if we can upgrade that. +2 awareness and +2 finesse moves. Braxton Berrios. He's the wide receiver I didn't get to. He's more of a slot guy. So I think we end up going with a deep threat. Maybe get his speed up a little bit. Nope. Acceleration, deep route, some catching. That's good. And finally, the ones I'll show here. Alex Lewis, our starting left guard. Go power upgrade. That's always helpful for the guards and help move the pile a little bit. +2 run block power, +1 awareness, +1 strength. So that is it for today's episode, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like what you see, consider liking and subscribing the video. Let me know down in the comments who you're excited for. We've got a tough year ahead of us, but probably will try and get some episodes out as soon as possible. I'm really looking forward to the off season. I've been working with a friend on a draft class, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.